Today I'm going to show you a technique called charcoal reduction. It involves toning the paper with extra soft compressed charcoal and rubbing it in with a chamois. So start off with your extra soft compressed charcoal. By the way, it helps to break your stick in half. Just makes it easier to apply. So let's tone our paper. And then get out your chamois and start rubbing it in. Your initial pass is going to look kind of streaky and definitely not dark enough. So you might require a few coats, maybe 2, maybe 3, depending on the quality of your paper, the quality of your charcoal. This is already going pretty dark for me, but I'm probably going to apply one more coat to make sure that it's nice and even. I recommend laying it flat so that it doesn't go all over your pants. Okay, so kind of streaky. Let's apply another coat. Again, if your charcoal is not extra soft or your paper is not very good, this might require more coats. By the way, don't press down with the charcoal. You're going to get really strong streaks. So work in layers. One layer, another layer, rubbing in between layers. Make sure you get the corners of your drawing so it's nice and clean. Don't leave any part of your drawing white, including these areas with the clips. Okay, I'm good to go. Don't stress if it's not perfect. It's a little bit like looking at a blank wall and noticing a fingerprint. Once there's stuff on the wall, once there's stuff on the drawing, you're not going to be able to see the slight imperfections. Okay, so that's going to be step 1. Step 2, make sure that you sharpen your charcoal pencils the same way we've been sharpening our graphite pencils. Start off with your medium pencil. And then I want you guys to practice building a simple value scale with this charcoal reduction technique. So it's going to look like this. We're going to draw a little elongated bar, maybe 8 inches across, an inch wide possibly. You're going to start at the middle here and start going a little bit darker with your charcoal pencil. So again, start off with your medium pencil. Start applying a little bit more pressure, and work all the way down like this. Now you're going to start going lighter. To do that, you're going to take out your kneaded eraser. You don't need that big a chunk, so maybe, I don't know how big this is. And start gently erasing out like this. Erasing out, erasing out, erasing out, erasing out. Now, up until now, we haven't been blending. Now you can use your blending stump to blend. So let's apply a little bit of the blending stump and get a smooth transition from our charcoal into the tone of the paper, and then from the tone of the paper into the white. Alright, let's get out our charcoal. At this point you could probably switch to your softer pencil. I really don't know what I'm using here. Okay, so this is a softer pencil indeed. Let's start going a little bit darker. These charcoal pencils are considerably softer than your regular pencils, but because we're using toned paper, it's not going to feel like such a tremendous jump. Let's use our blending stump. And now we're going to erase a little bit more using our kneaded eraser to go lighter and lighter and lighter. And let's apply one last coat of charcoal to go really, really dark. Now this last coat I'm not going to blend, because if I blend it, it's going to knock it back to a slightly lighter value. So the lesson here is, if I want a really strong black, that very last layer, don't touch. Now to go lighter, you'll find that you've exhausted your ability to go lighter using your kneaded eraser. You're going to need a hard eraser for that. So the hard eraser is good for 2 things. It's really good for going really bright, all the way bright, but also it's good for getting hard edges. like this. So sometimes you need to erase a highlight or get some kind of sharp edge somewhere, let's say like this. Your kneaded eraser is really good for that. Having a little eraser holder like this is really helpful. Otherwise, you're going to have to cut little corners out of your hard eraser. Works almost the same, probably with slightly lesser degree of control. Okay, a few lessons from this value scale. So first of all, you'll notice that there's going to be some places which are just the value of the paper. And then you also notice that your eraser is now a drawing tool. So the question is, if the eraser is a drawing tool, how do you erase? How do you erase, particularly once you've got a bunch of stuff there? By using your chamois cloth. So if I can find my chamois cloth, here it is. Your chamois cloth does an absolutely excellent job erasing. So everybody, tone your paper, sharpen your pencils really long. The technique is exactly the same as the graphite pencils. Get out your kneaded eraser, get out your hard eraser, if you have one, a little eraser holder, your blending stumps, try a little value scale like this, try erasing with your chamois, and then I will see you in the next tutorial.